Hello, I am Wanderer001 and this is my review of the Echo Flex. I will admit this is the first time in a long time that I spontaneously bought something that I was not sure I actually needed. But again, around Christmas of last year, the Echo Flex first came out and the Echo Flex was on sale. So I jumped on it without really knowing how good it would be or what I would actually do with it. However, I will admit the Echo Flex itself fills a very niche use case. Not everybody's going to find a usefulness for that use case, but I will give you examples of what I have tested and see where it fit in my already fairly vast Echo compatible devices list over there if you're wondering just how many I have around my house. So to start, you are looking at a device that is 2.8 inches tall, with a length of 2.6 and has a depth of 1.5. So it does stick out from the wall a bit once it's plugged in. However, if you've seen some of the solutions to have your Echo Dots attached to your wall outlet, it's not that much difference. I will admit the big thing that drew me to the Echo Flex was the fact that it had an integrated power supply instead of having a cord that you had to worry about managing. Speaking of the device itself, we'll take a look around. Up front here, you have your two microphones. You have your LED indicator, which will be blue when you talk to the device, off when it's not being talked to, and red when you have it muted. Speaking of muting, this button down here will mute the device. Amazon still does not have a vocal command to mute your Echo devices. I don't know why, but they don't. Here you have the actuation button, so if you don't want to say, "She who shall not be named," you can press the button. And down here you have your speakers. I will admit, the speakers are serviceable for the use cases that I've found for this. The entire device itself is made up of this matte plastic finish, so it's not going to show fingerprints, so that's one less thing you have to worry about. On the right hand side, there is a 3.5mm port, so you can actually plug in a better speaker into this if you so chose. Coming down to the bottom, this is where the Echo Flex gets interesting. This is a USB port, which can output up to 7.5 watts of power, and there are third-party products which you can connect to the Echo Flex itself, one being a motion sensor and one being a nightlight. Myself, as I said, this was an impulse buy, so I did not get the attachments. However, the port here can be used to charge your phone or other devices. So in my case, I wanted to see what kind of amperage and voltage I could get out of here when charging my Pixel 2. So here we have an example of what the voltage looks like when I just had my meter plugged into it. And here we could see what the power output was while I was charging my Pixel 2. You can see the volt drops down to 4.62 and the amperage is showing 1.22 amps. So not terrible. You can charge devices using the Echo Flex. Now, as I said, I was not really sure what I was going to do with this, mainly because I had such a vast ecosystem already. I originally thought maybe I would put it in my bathroom. Maybe I would have it in my workshop. Maybe I would have it in my garage. All of them are good places for this. Likewise, if you didn't have something already in your kitchen, this would be ideal for that because it doesn't take up any counter space. But if you already have an Echo Dot and it's wall mounted, something like this may not work for you because the speakers themselves are not terribly great. I will say Amazon has done a great job of trimming down the actual setup time needed for these types of devices. And what do I mean by that? Well, let me show you what setup of the Echo Flex was like. This is going to be setup of Amazon Echo Flex here. And to get around having an upside down wall mount, we're using the Belkin power strip here. So step one, we're going to take and plug this into the wall here. And we're just going to give that a second. It does come with this little instruction manual with it because it's very teeny tiny. So once it's plugged in and flashing, hopefully that's coming out on camera.
Hello. Your device is ready for setup. Just follow the instructions in your Alexa app, bringing your device online. Just a moment.
Not entirely sure how well that came out over the audio because I have a lapel mic on, but now it's ready to be set up and it's telling us to go into our
Your Echo is ready.
Okay, that seems new. I did not have to go into my She Who Shall Not Be Named app. Let me double check here. All right, it says it's ready, so let's actually give it a test. Alexa, weather.
It's 48 degrees Fahrenheit with fog. Today's forecast has showers with a high of 40.
Alexa, cancel. So apparently if you already have a Alex A account set up and you're the one who purchased this, setup's really easy. You just plug it in and it connects to your network. That was the shortest Echo setup I think I've ever done. However, for those that may still need to know how to set this up from scratch, I will link over there in the corner some of the other Echo devices that I've set up, just so you know how to go through the actual app itself to do this. But if you've got one already, it was literally, I think it was 3 minutes, and that was partially waiting for it to boot up. So as you saw, setup was ridiculously easy. I was surprised at how quickly it just jumped on my network and was ready to go. The Echo Flex itself connects using 802.11 A, B, G, and N for 2.4 gigahertz, or you can get up to AC for the 5 gigahertz. I will say you probably don't want to use the 5 gigahertz as you want this probably in the farthest reaches of your house, so you don't necessarily want faster speeds, you want longer distance. Now I have referenced how the speaker actually sounds. Well, let me give you a demonstration of what an actual audio test from this sounds like. Alexa, play royalty-free music.
Shuffling songs by royalty-free music on Amazon Music.
Alexa, next song. Alexa, next song. Alexa, next song. Alexa, stop. So hopefully that translates over microphone and video nicely. You can tell. If you already have an Echo Dot or one of the larger Echoes, you probably aren't looking at this. You're probably looking at this because you, like me, want to put this in another location that you just can't readily get your other Echo devices into. That's where this fills in a need, in that you can use it for drop-in sessions, or you can use it to actuate your home automation. Again, full list over there of home automation stuff that I've done. It can be added also to groups if you have a grouping for playing music. However, I would not recommend doing that. And if you're looking for how to do those groups, again, Echo app over there in the corner. I did find the mic itself was a little hit or miss. It does have Amazon's far field communication, in that when I was originally testing it, I sat this in my dining room in between an Echo device in my kitchen and an Echo device in my living room, just to see who would pick me up, and depending on where I was which one did. So it does possess Echo's far field communication. Now with any device, one might wonder, how much power does it actually use? Because, well, if you've got a lot of smart home things, eventually that does start adding up. So when the Echo Flex is idling, it uses 1.6 watts of power. When you are listening to music at a 7 or 8, it uses 2.0 watts of power. And then when the LEDs flash, it uses 2.1. So that's when it's connecting back to Amazon servers, or if you have it muted and the LED is red, and this actually shows up red too, that's 2.1 watts of power. So again, it's not a power hungry device. So the question then becomes, since I said I bought this on a whim, how much does this cost? Well, if it's not on sale, you can pick it up for $25. Normally you'll find sales for $19. I think I found it on sale that time for $15, which is why I jumped on it. Realistically for myself, because I have such a echo-rich environment, I found myself actually using this between my garage and my workshop. So during the wintertime, this has been living inside in my workshop and only plugged in when I'm down in my workshop. So once I'm done, I take it out. So it does fill a very specific niche. Will it fulfill that for you? Only you know for yourself, but if you're looking for a really cheap Echo device to add to your infrastructure, or maybe you're just looking to see how good Echo devices can be. And again, I'm not getting into the nitty-gritty of what the brains of this do, because I cover those in my other Echo reviews over there. And all of that lives on the cloud, so it's constantly getting better. This is mainly just looking at the hardware. So I have been Wanderer 001. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the area below. And as always, thanks for watching.